channel. Welcome back to Blues Fan TV. I hope you guys are keeping well. Big shout out to uh, everyone that is locked in. Big shout out to all subscribers. I just want to say a big thanks to you. You guys are, wonderful. Chelsea fan are, obviously the best in the world, And the way you guys have shown support to this channel is just unbelievable. So let's keep it going, Let's keep building a very, very good community where every Chelsea, voice can be heard around the world. So tonight I've got, I'll say one of those strongest Chelsea fan, diehard Chelsea fan that I personally know on the channel. Uh, I've got Cards, Stuart, I've got Jacob on the channel as well. Guys, just few minutes, let's just kind of do some few introduction to the people and then yeah, we'll go from there.
Who's going first?
Yeah, let's do it this way. Yeah, I'll go from Cards to Jacob to Stuart.
Cool. So who's going first? Sorry.
Yeah, Cards, let's start from your side, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I missed what you're asking me to do. You want me to
Yeah,
introduce myself? Is that what you said?
just a little bit of introduction, going
Okay,
into the
okay,
review, the
okay.
All-Star, let's
Yeah,
just go.
yeah. I'm Tad, a hot Chelsea fan, and I've just been on this channel for. I think this should be my third time to be on here on the live stream. And I'm always excited to be here, always wanting to put my opinions out there about the team and my love for Chelsea as a football club, and hopefully to see how much more we can get to where we deserve to be. And yeah, we keep pushing and we keep saying things how we think it should be. And that is why we love the game. And is why we love Chelsea Football Club, because we love football.
Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. Then I'll go to Jacob next, yeah.
So, hi, my name is Jacob. I'm the owner of Chelsea Till I Die TV, where or YouTube channel, which is the biggest, well, match day vlogging channel from this season, where we have lots of I don't want to say guests. I've got lots of channel members part of the team, including former pros, mates of mine that are popular, different content creators and things. I love Chelsea. I go to all the games, and I love my channel. We always just it's a Chelsea channel, but we always end up relating Chelsea to other things in life. Like, Kashi, what was we talking about today? Because you was on the show today. Can't even remember.
Yeah, obviously we've spoken about a lot of things,
A lot of things.
more of internal thing that's going on, around Chelsea. So yeah, I'll go to start. Start. Let's hear from you, brother.
Firstly, pleasure to be on the channel as always. Always good to be on the channel and voice my opinions about Chelsea. Funnily enough, I started going on the channel sort of many months ago now because I saw you recording outside of the Konakai. And I'm that is my spiritual home. I'm always in the Konakai, win, lose or draw. And I come out after I think it was the first one when we drew 2-2 to Leeds when we threw it away. It was 2-0. And I saw you and I thought because I was so angry. I was so angry, but I was thinking I really want to get my opinions out sometimes in a rational manner without having to feel like I need to slam my head against the wall. And BLUESFANTV is given me that, and over the months and the games that I go to. Sadly, I don't get to go to all of the games because of work, but it's good to have something to be involved in, which is something that it's a club that I've loved for all of my life. I always will love this club, win, lose or draw. However we are, we could end up in League Two. I'll still follow the team, but at the end of the day, it's good to have a platform to express myself on something that I love. So thank you for giving us that opportunity by setting up Blues Fan TV.
Lovely said, mate.
Yeah,
I,
man.
I just want to say, said that very well.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
Appreciate that,
I
Jacob.
appreciate a lot, you know. To be honest, it's just we all know this is just a passion for us. It's something that we love to do. We just love to talk about Chelsea. And then, you know, in my own self, throughout this journey, I've met a lot of people that when I even see outside, I can't even remember, you know. So I think for me, it's just I'm just grateful to be in the midst of Chelsea fan, can get opinions from people day in, day out. Obviously, I was talking to someone today and I was saying, look, I can literally stay in my house and making videos and talking about Chelsea, you know. That's more comfortable for me, convenient for me. I'm not gonna spend a penny. All I need is you know, my camera and everything and talk about Chelsea. But the idea of going out and meeting people, talking to people, and obviously getting opinions from people is just part of me. It's just what I love to do, and that's why I'm always trying to give my best to make sure I'm available at every game to get people opinions and obviously put it out there. So thank you very much, guys. That introduction part is very, very crucial, very, very important because obviously people that are watching can know who is presenting themselves on the channel. Guys, without taking much of time, Chelsea win 3-2 against Fulham yesterday. First game of the season, first 3 points for Chelsea. You know, so we're going to be talking about a lot of things, and the most important thing is how do we come about winning this game yesterday, you know. And I just want you guys to let's talk about how we managed to win this game yesterday. There's a lot of scenario that happened in this game, you know, the way we played tactics wise, the way we're able to, you know, get the goals, the way we conceded, you know, which I personally was not happy about. But yeah, let's dive into it. What are you guys, you know, opinion on how we did win this game yesterday? West London derby against Fulham, 3 goals, and we considered 2 goals as well.
Well, I think the hot topic is always going to surround our goalkeeper at this moment in time, and I think that at this time, right?
Cash.
AK,
Oh yeah, buddy.
you still on the
We
street,
telling,
man?
bro.
You still on the street after 10, man.
Yeah, man. I just came back from football, innit?
Wow, amazing,
We said.
amazing.
Anyway, continue.
Good to have you on. Yeah.
Continue talks.
Start, you can continue, man.
Yeah. I was just saying. I think there's two things that I can take away from that particular situation. One is that the goalkeeper was a weak point in the team, and that was obvious. However, we actually have an attack which can outscore our errors now. And I think when it comes to the way that we have lost games and drawn games in the previous times, is because we haven't actually had the ability to outscore the opponent through the deficit of our mistakes. And what convinced me about yesterday's win and the fact we take the 3 points is that despite making mistakes, as we so often do, and we are so used to as Chelsea fans, we still come away with 3 points. And I think it was a good sort of dual-sided situation. One, you showcase the areas in the team where we need to improve, the clear areas that we need to improve, maybe in the market or with tactics, whatever. But alongside of that, we don't suffer the consequence of dropping points. So for me, it's a very positive start to the season because we are on the right track. We have 3 points. We are up there with the teams that have won in the first stages of the season. But the issues, I'm hoping, become obvious to the board, and the transfer window is still open. That would be my immediate take.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, can I just say, right? I agreed with everything you've said, Stuart. Look, I don't know. Did you go to the game?
Sadly, I didn't go to the game yesterday. I couldn't get a ticket.
Fair enough. Well, I know a lot of people got tickets in the home end and just went in with the Chelsea lot and that bit. But yeah, it was a nightmare to get tickets for lots of people. Luckily, as a season ticket holder, I'm all good. Yeah, no, for me, right, Do you know the thing I want to focus on, right? Because who went to the game here just to get an idea? I know you did, Kashi. Did you, Ahmed? I think did I see you there?
Yeah.
So I didn't go to the game. I was home.
Oh, you wasn't.
I flew in yesterday. I'm not in the UK at the moment.
Okay, but you didn't
Yeah,
go to the game, no.
no, no.
So only me and Kashi went to the game. Well, for me, right, the thing that I can deliver you guys the most about the game is how good of a day out it was. Um, Apart from that, it took me 2 hours to get from Stamford Bridge to Craven Cottage, but that's another topic. I met a mate near Domino's and ended up walking, ended up near Victoria, and then we ended up getting a bus and then walking, got another bus, then a train. But apart from that, it was a great day out. Good to see everyone back. And just a nice atmosphere. Obviously, we've got the new Morgan Rogers chant, which was really nice to see. Um, we saw lots of Chelsea fans happy. We saw, lots of good stuff off the field, right? And as a fan channel, which is his right, the one of the most important things to mention for me is the day out, right? And it was an absolutely amazing day out. I got back quite late, um, editing videos on the bus from London to where I live. I live a bit out of London, so like, but it was a great game. I loved the football I saw on the pitch on an attacking sort of way. I loved that Morgan Rogers looked really good physically. I really liked that Cole Palmer looked back at his old self. I would argue. I liked Joao Pedro, and I liked how the whole attacking three flowed really well. Now, where I sort of had more issues is coming back defensively. Forget the Crocs because I want to talk about him in a minute. Um, Gusto, not good enough. For me, I've said this on the show earlier. I've said this on two of my shows today. In fact, if you want to go and get top four, Malo Gusto is good enough. If you want to go and win the league,
What?
what? Come on, then. Debate. Come on.
No. Continue. No. Continue, bro. Continue.
But what I'm saying is, Malo Gusto, I reckon he's good enough if you want to get top four. But if you want to try and challenge for a league title, which, considering there's only there's not many teams that I can consider challenging from a league title. So for an opportunity like this, I think we have to go and get someone else in Malo Gusto's position. And then you look at Robert Sanchez, which I don't want to talk about too much because Stuart's just nailed it, but he isn't good enough. The problem is you can't go and buy an £80 million goalkeeper because then Mike Penders looks really good. So what do? You go and sign a goalkeeper, not to Stegen, but to Stegen, an older goalkeeper. You get on a 1-year contract just for a year to do well.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
like
say
that idea as well. I like that idea. I don't think like you have to solve the goalkeeping problem for 10 seasons. So, if you look at certain clubs in the past, they have signed older goalkeepers and it's worked out very, very well for them. It doesn't necessarily have to be the goalkeeper that you're going to have for the next 10 years. But at the end of the day, Chelsea have positioned. We are so much of a nearly team at the moment. When it comes to the assembly of the squad, when you're looking at the front three, it's like you have to give that front three a stable base to perform. The whole team lacks confidence when you know you're shipping goals from stupid moments. You got a bozo in the back line somewhere. When everyone is disheartened when you've got the potential to work really, really hard to score a goal, but the team doesn't have to do the same to score against you. That is where we have gone so wrong in the back end of last season, because you're looking at times, when I went to at home versus PSG and away at Brighton were the two times that this was really highlighted to me, because they were two. In fact, actually, there was a string of games where we conceded in the first 5 minutes, and it's just like, where do you go from there? For whatever the reason, we don't want to pinpoint the goalkeeper only, but the fact of the matter is, if you are conceding goals in the first minute of the game, you are having an uphill battle, regardless of how good your attack is. Your attack is thinking, "Oh God, we're going to have to do it again. We have to do it again." It's not. It's not possible.
Can I just say quick? Like, I remember 2 years ago, the attackers looked so frustrated at Sanchez. And obviously Sanchez has improved. The thing is with Xabi Alonso, right? What a lot of us think it's going to be at Chelsea. It's going to be a bit like the Poch season. We're going to be really good going forward, but defensively we're going to be quite poor. I don't think it'll be as much of an issue because look, I didn't like the signing. I called him. I said he was an average Crystal Palace player, but you know what? The way Lacroix, the way he played yesterday, I don't want to hype him up too much, but the way he played yesterday really seemed to help us. I love the physicality.
Agree.
Morgan Rogers' physicality as well. The physicality side we'll talk about in a minute, I'm sure. But Lacroix, he's the sort of defender that I felt that we needed. And Iron Award 3512 says completely agree. Thanks, Mary. But he seems like the sort of centre half that we needed. So looks like it makes sense.
Yes, for sure.
So
I think Lacroix, his assist as well. If you've got a centre back that can do that, then you're onto something good there. I really enjoyed Lacroix' performance. I didn't get to see the whole game, sadly. I saw the second half, so I didn't see his goal in real time. But I think Lacroix is the type of player that we've been missing in the back line, and you need to give Colwill a very suitable partner. I think that's what we've done. I think
we need to give him a transfer the way he played yesterday.
Yeah.
played release fee. I'm joking.
So, Kad, do you sort of agree with what Strat and Jacob have been saying? Because
to an extent, I do agree with what they have been saying, especially with regards to Lacroix. He's someone that I do appreciate as a player. I've always said that. But one thing that I really like about him that has been different from most of the players that we've been signing in the past few seasons is that he's got a great personality in himself. You could see him is sort of vocal in the back line, and that's something that we've been missing. And I don't know if it is something that's come from the new manager, Xabi Alonso, because if you see Reece James yesterday, Reece James was so vocal in the game, and I was surprised. This is not the Reece James that we've always known. He's telling things, he's dragging players in, talking to them, and all of those stuff. These are what we want to be seeing from the players, especially those that have come from Cobham. Yeah, we want to see them feel like they're at home. That especially the ones that have grown in the likes of Reece James, and Chaluba was supposed to be one of these players, but for some reason he never got to work with any other manager that is as good as Tuchel. I think Chaluba is a good player, and in comparison with Lacroix, I don't see uh, any much difference. Lacroix has a better physicality, but in terms of defending, he also has his lapses. And Colwill too wasn't exactly great yesterday, but I guess he hasn't played so much in preseason because he was injured. And I think with time, all of them playing together in the back line, they will improve as a collective, which I'm certain of. That was the same thing I was saying about the trio that we have up front in Joao Pedro, Cole Palmer, as well as Morgan. Morgan is he arrived in the team later in the preseason, and it's something that, uh, from a logical perspective, you will know that it's going to take him time because he's just a new player. He has just come into the team, and we've got Cole Palmer and Pedro has been in the team for a season, I think, at least. And now they started the preseason with the new manager. So obviously there's a sort of chemistry that they must have built in this new system that we have been playing, that Morgan is going to come into adapting. And so far so good for me. From what I saw from Morgan Rogers, his adaptability has sort of is smooth to me. Is rapid, and in the next couple of games, we're going to get much more from him. And the fact that I'm saying this is not because of who I'm saying, it's because the players are not just showing it on the pitch. They're actually telling us this in interviews that they know that the best of them is going to come in the next couple of games. And I want players to feel that sense of confidence, that sense of I know who I am, I know what I can give, I know what we are going to build in this team. And that is something that we are creating within the Chelsea Football Club right now. The players feeling that there's something that I can give back this season. We can see Lavia too is one of those players. Hopefully he can stay fit, because that's always the issue that we've had with a player like Lavia. Because James too is in the same boat, but we know what we are going to definitely get from his James if he's fit. And he's not a midfielder, he's someone who we know as right back. But when he's in the midfield, he doesn't look like he's out of place. So we've got great players, we've got a great squad. The only question mark has always been the goalkeeping area, which is Sanchez, and now we've got Penders in. I feel like if Javier Alonso and the goalkeeping staff can look at Sanchez and Penders and feel like Sanchez is a better player, then we've got an issue there. So we need to really go out there to find someone who,
Yeah,
like
you know,
Jacob has
yeah,
mentioned and Stuart has mentioned, like it doesn't have to be for a long time, a short term when you know that you can always get some from a goalkeeping perspective. We've seen in recent years now so many top goalkeepers are coming up. And if we're looking at Chelsea, the goalkeeper that we have compared to mid-table team, it looks like the mid-table team are better goalies than us. With Fulham, Leno, I think is a better goalkeeper than Sanchez. Even All City, with the game I watched against Man U, yeah, the goalkeeper that they've got look really good. And we've always been looking at goalkeeper who can actually help us to play out from the back here. But from the kind of management and the kind of system that we have now, I don't think that should be our focus. We can go into the market and get someone. And someone that I'm looking at right now is Martinez of Aston Villa, like somebody that we can
yeah,
go
I was thinking the
and
same
grab.
thing.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, once we get our
Because
goalie,
yeah, yeah,
a good goalie in, I think we are good to go this season.
yeah. Because when you look at the game yesterday, we're quite good. We're quite doing our things. Especially when the first goal came in. But conceding that goal looks like a very waste of effort from the lads. And like
Yeah,
Stuart said, it's very difficult when the attacking players are doing their job quite well, and the goalkeeper, when he's very much needed, you know,
he
fumbles,
flops his line. Yeah,
conceding that sort of goals. It looks like, where do we start from? How do that's where the frustration coming for me yesterday, because I do believe that if we don't concede that first goal, we should have gone clean sheet yesterday, which would have been much better than where we found ourselves. Because we need to be honest with ourselves, conceding two goals in that situation won't help us going forward throughout the season. Just imagine if we are playing against City yesterday, where we get that early goal, and you considered against City, you know what's gonna come. They keep coming for you and they keep scoring goals, and you're gonna find it so difficult to come back into the game. Because my own concern right now is how very much important do we need to make decision on Sanchez, because now the reality has come in. We've started the season already. We're going into Luton, we're going into Brighton. There's no time. The game will keep coming week in, week out. Do you guys
yeah.
think it's a urgent situation that we need to solve? Is it a department where we need to look into and say, look, we need to solve this problem right now?
The thing is, what I'll say is the board have been they've been more pragmatic this sort of transfer window. And I'll kind of I'll somersault off of Cad's point in terms of the Emiliano Martinez point. If we are able to kind of sign players like Welbeck and Henderson in the same transfer window, I would expect that there would be an attention to signing an experienced Premier League proven goalkeeper. But we talk about Premier League proven, Martinez as a goalkeeper is proven at World Cup winning level. He's proven it last season. He's won the Europa League with Aston Villa, and he's been absent from Aston Villa's first game, and they've lost 4-0. Clearly, that there's a leadership void now in the back line of Aston Villa now that Martinez is not in the fold. And I think if we are able to take the approach of, okay, we'll sign some more experienced players, not necessarily playing every single game, but to be there as options, we would be pragmatic enough to be thinking about the goalkeeper position. Now, just coming on to Luton, and as Cad said about Sanchez and Penders, I'm expecting Penders to play against Luton on Thursday. I'm very much expecting that to be the case. What I want to see is a clean sheet against Luton, and I want to see a performance which is like, okay, the back line looks solid, and then maybe we can see Penders come in, maybe potentially for the next league game. I don't know. This is a hopeful fan's perspective. I know that things work differently, and I think when it comes to the goalkeeping position, there's often politics. It's often about, okay, who's your established number one? You have to try and give them confidence and things like that. But so far, it's a tried and tested and it doesn't work method. Sanchez is the repeated point of criticism and has been for the last 3 opening transfer windows of the season. People have been talking about Robert Sanchez for a very, very long time. And for the fact that the conversation has been ongoing for this amount of time, clearly that indicates that something needs to be done.
Can I just say, sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt, but Emi Martinez is a B-Tech Robert Sanchez. If you think of it like this, because I know this is going to make people laugh, right? But he's not consistently an elite goalkeeper. They have a lot of similarities sometimes when I watch them too, because good at reflexes. But Emi Martinez in the league can make mistakes quite a lot. He's got. I personally think that if Martinez was at Chelsea, he would have that bozo gene as well. I'm not saying that he's not a good goalkeeper, but I think people watch him at Argentina and assume he's a lot better than he is. It's like Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez hasn't done much in a Chelsea shirt, but as soon as he puts on an Argentina shirt, he's one of the best players in the world, right? So
I disagree with that, Jacob.
yeah,
Enzo in an Argentina shirt is not one of the best players in the world. Maybe in the last World Cup when he was a young player of the tournament, or in this recent World Cup, like, is there any special thing that he did that you were like, okay, Enzo was the engine in this Argentina midfield and maybe orchestrating the game and all of those stuff. All we were seeing was Leon.
I get what you're saying, but one
yeah.
of the best means like what would one of the best mean? Top 10 maybe? I reckon you can make an argument for because look, it depends how you define one of the best, right? But Enzo Fernandez had a very good World Cup. He definitely had quite a controversial World Cup as well after that extremely offensive sign to all them people of
Yeah, you know what? I think apart from scoring against Cape Verde and England, I don't think, in my own opinion as well, I don't think he's that sort of guy that is up there. If if there's a better player in that Argentina squad, he might probably be benching Enzo Fernandez. But the fact that the way Argentina plays is quite different. I don't
yeah,
think they really play I mean, in sense that you're good enough or not. They're playing like a unity, you know what I'm saying? Because if they can
exactly.
bring players from MLS to play in the World Cup, it shows that they are not basically looking for players that, how do I put it? So what they're really focusing on, who are the players that can come in and play as a unit? You know what I'm saying? They're not kind of special, in my own opinion. If there's a better player in that sort of position, Enzo Fernandez will be on the bench for Argentina. I don't see Enzo Fernandez starting for England, to be honest, in my own opinion. So I don't really see anything special that he played in the World Cup. It might be last season. The reason why Enzo Fernandez, in my own opinion, was one of the best Chelsea players because we were having a shit season. If Palmer was to be up there, giving a good performance, you know, and maybe Neto is also doing more, and maybe someone else is also doing more, Enzo Fernandez won't probably would have been one of our best players last season, to be honest. But because he was the one stepping up, maybe whenever we need that crucial goals and doing a little bit more, that's why you know, to be honest, I think he became my own fan last season. 2 seasons ago, I was really criticizing him a lot because if you sign a player for that huge amount of money, it should be doing something different. It should be offering something different. Not it shouldn't be a regular player. It should be offering something different for that sort of amount
I'll
that we're
say
signing.
also is sometimes the person who thinks that they're bigger than the club, it's when they leave that the club achieves something special. I refer you to mainly PSG. You look at PSG, all of the
Yes.
success that PSG have had is after Mbappe has left. Mbappe's gone. He reckons he's this, that, and the other. He reckons he's the best player in the world and all that. It was after he leaves that PSG but then became the recognised dominant team in European football for a while. The Enzo Fernandez point is a really interesting one, and we've kind of forwarded onto that quite quickly. What I would say is I agree with partially what everyone said. I think Enzo Fernandez is a fantastic player, can be an amazing player. He's got that Argentinian fire in him, but likewise, the Argentinian fire it can do as much for you as it can against you, even in your own club. I think at the moment it is working against Chelsea. If you look at Fernandez come on in the second half, I don't think that there was a noticeable improvement in the way that we played when he came on. I think that our midfield is better when Caicedo's in it. That's the player that we missed yesterday. Caicedo was the one that we were lacking that player. You know, I didn't really, as much as I didn't watch the full game, and I'm not going to pretend that I did. From what I heard from commentary and watching it from sort of the 60th minute onwards, is that, you know, the Lavia and Reece James midfield wasn't too bad. I mean, those of you who were there, have you got anything to say about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Cards, have you got anything to say? Like when Enzo Fernandez come on, in my own opinion, we started looking very, very shaky. And the problem is like because we took out a CDM, a proper CDM, and bringing, you know, a camp. And you know, the way Enzo Fernandez has been used in the past, you know, seasons has not been he's not been used to playing that way, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Enzo Fernandez and Reece James are capable enough of holding that midfield, a different version of themselves. You definitely need a proper CDM to stay in there and make the right, you know, the right tackles and hold the ball the right way. Yeah. AK, you wanna comment?
No, I'm eating, bro. Continue,
Okay.
bro.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
Yeah.
I can't lie to you. Cash. I can't lie to you. I disagree with people. People who said, Enzo didn't make no difference. For me, he did. Because for me, with Lavia, Reece James wasn't that good. With Lavia, I think they weren't really, you know what I'm saying? They didn't get themselves like Reece James wants to defend and help out. So does Lavia. None of them couldn't get the ball and move it forward. So for me, I disagree with whoever told you about whoever told you about Enzo didn't make no difference, they're lying to you. Because he came on, no pressure. I think with Enzo, Cole gone better. With me, I'll say that. With Enzo, Cole was much better. Because Cole trusts Enzo. Like he needs, like, you know that type of person Cole is. He gets the ball, he plays it through ball to the midfielder plays it Cole Palmer and Rodgers, Joao Pedro. I think with Enzo coming on, obviously we missed Caicedo. I'm not gonna say we didn't miss Caicedo. We 100% missed Caicedo. You know what I'm saying to you? But for me, whoever said, Enzo didn't make no difference, I think they lied. I think they just don't like the guy. For me, you don't need to like the guy, but just be honest. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, no, I think Enzo Fernandez is a top quality player, and I wouldn't mind if he stayed. But at the moment, it's an attitudinal problem, not a technical problem. I think like his ability to play football is unrivaled in terms of what he brings to the team and what he can do. I think the attitude is what's sucking the life out of the club at the moment. And I would also caveat what you said about Cole Palmer. Yeah, potentially, but on yesterday's case, Cole Palmer's goal and assist came before Enzo came on.
No, I said Colwell,
the
centre back. Yeah, centre back.
My apologies.
No, Colwell. I'm eating it, my bad.
No. Can I just say, right? I'm sorry to interrupt. Enzo Fernandez is Andre Santos on the other side of the border. They're both very incompetent.
Oh my days. All right, no. Can I ask you a question? Yes, wait. You said earlier, I think Gusto, we're not gonna win shit. I think yesterday when we watched the game, Fulham was targeting that left side, Hato and Cole. That's the side they were targeting. Yesterday they didn't. But if you watch the first half, you watch Cole. I think with Gusto, with Gusto, Palmer plays better. If you look at him inverting, him inverting or overlapping helps Palmer do whatever he wants. People don't watch it. I don't know what people see. Gusto, for me, you said, Gusto, we're not going to win with Gusto. I disagree with you, man. I disagree with you. You need to elaborate. What do you mean about Gusto? We're not going to win with Gusto.
Me?
Yeah.
What I mean, we're not going to win with Gusto. I mean, we're not going to win with Gusto because he's incompetent defensively. Because we watched that yesterday. That's what I mean.
He was good yesterday.
He was good. Gusto was good yesterday.
Yeah.
Have you got them? Have you got them solar eclipse glasses on or something?
No, but seriously, Gusto, hey, look, Gusto was good yesterday. Hey, listen, defensively,
he was good yesterday. Mate, look, I'm all for like saying something controversial if that's what you think. Like, I'll go and say my opinions, but like,
I'm not attacking you over here. Yesterday he was good yesterday.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Robert Sanchez, he was fantastic yesterday.
He was dog shit. He was dog shit. Robert, look. Robert Sanchez was dog shit last night. Yeah, Robert Sanchez was dog shit.
Okay, but
That's what I said.
I'm-
But Gusto, look, Gusto wasn't amazing, but he was good yesterday. He was
Gusto was
doing,
good yesterday.
bro, like, yeah, he was doing his job.
Also,
He was
boys,
doing his
Celtic
job.
are at the Champions League, I think. So,
Huh?
Celtic are at the Champions League. Bit of news
Right.
just being sent.
AK.
See. Yeah.
Out the Europa.
Yes, Ahmed. Yes,
Yeah,
Ahmed.
you said Gusto was good yesterday. I'm
Yeah,
trying
he
to
was
think
good.
of something
Celtic are bad.
he did yesterday that you said made him good. What did he do
Okay.
yesterday that made him good?
I think you see,
Yeah.
normally Anthony Robertson normally overlaps. You know,
Yeah.
he didn't sniff the overlap like yesterday. He couldn't do anything. Gusto was like, he was doing, bro, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. People might hate Gusto, they might not like him. But in my opinion, Gusto was actually good yesterday. He was defending, he was attacking, you know, he was making runs. His crossing wasn't that good, but he was making that run. He was causing Anthony Robertson problems with Cole Palmer. I'm not even joking. If you
I
go,
do get
I
what
don't
you're
know.
saying about
Look,
Gusto. I think you're both partially right about Gusto. Actually, I think Gusto is very good when he inverts. I completely agree with that. I think like he does open up spaces. He does draw out a defender, and I think that he does do a lot of good things for the attack. Defensively, yeah, I think that he could do more. But I think Gusto's coachable. I think Gusto is coachable. I think like he's not the type of player you'd be thinking, okay, you wanna just discard. You want to think, okay, let me work with Gusto a little bit, give him a better idea. Because if you're gonna play that back three, that sort of back three / back five formation, then you're looking like your Gustos, your Palestras, your Chivaria, Hato, and even Pedro Neto, who we might even come onto later. But those types of players, you can give them a little bit more of a platform by having, first of all, a solid back three, and then your two DMs to protect it, and then you're looking at the wing backs to join the attack and facilitate.
Can I say?
But yeah,
Sorry.
no.
Mate, the thing is with Gusto though, like, mate, he wasn't good with he weren't good in Maresca's system. He weren't good in Rossini's system. And he obviously ain't good in Xabi Alonso's system. He's had 3 different managers. And I know it's the first game, but he's had 3 different managers and he still can't perform in either. So when's it time to say?
Jacob. I agree with you. You saying, oh, he wasn't good with Maresca. He wasn't good with anyone else. But yesterday, for me, I don't know what people saw, but for me, he was doing his job yesterday. He wasn't great. He wasn't amazing, but he was doing his job. I'm one guy who criticized Gusto. Ask Thingy Cash. I'll criticize him, but he was good. He was all right. Like he wasn't amazing, but he was doing it as a win back. What supposed to like Frimpong? Go watch Frimpong. Was he amazing yesterday? And I'm thinking against Newcastle. No, he was doing his job. So for me, Gusto was amazing. Huh?
Did you watch the game?
Yeah, I watched the game. Full game.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
but Frimpong's
the main-
failed for Liverpool. The signing of Frimpong to Liverpool's obviously failed. Ask any Liverpool fan, they'd rather see what's his name at right back, Szoboszlai. They'd rather see a number 10 at right back.
Yeah, but I said in Newcastle, I'm talking about current. I'm not talking about what happened last season. Half of the players were shit last season. Let's be honest. But I'm talking about yesterday. For me, Gusto.
I'm gonna ask you something, yeah, because obviously we have a lot of options from that position. Do you think this guy is gonna play either Palestra, or do you think he's gonna play? I don't see him starting every game as much as Palestra is fit enough.
But
Like
can
Leicester.
I ask you? Can I ask you? You see, Palestra. For me, do you even know how he plays? We saw him in the preseason. Yes. Do you think he's gonna do well in the Premier League? Do we even know? Currently, he's injured. Look, currently he's injured. We don't know how he's gonna perform. So let's see what Xabi Alonso does with him. But I prefer Palestra as a left wing back, in my opinion.
Do you know what?
I prefer him. Yeah. I prefer him as a left wing back because he likes to use that left foot, and he makes more runs. You know, Rogers going inside. He likes to make that run. So for me, whoever plays wing back, I don't mind.
But also, in my own opinion, yeah, I don't think he can survive that way in Premier League. The way he's possessing, doing all these things, I think he can only get away with it in the preseason because you know how the Premier League is. You can't just be, fully attacking minded. You've got to look back and, obviously Remember, you're
Oh,
playing
you're
back
right.
three at the back. So I
You're right.
really
You're right.
enjoy
You're right.
the way he plays in the preseason, obviously. But you need to remember we're going into the Premier League now. You
That's
have
what
to
I'm
be very
saying. That's what I'm
careful the
saying.
way you overlap and do your things.
For
So
me, I'll give him time. Him, Lacroix. I think people were hyping up Lacroix yesterday. I think he was amazing yesterday. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. He was amazing. But if you look at the game yesterday, I think Fulham. I don't know what to say. I think Fulham was a big test yesterday for me because he exposed a lot of players. Like not a lot of players, but he exposed some players. Someone like Colwell, someone like Sanchez, particularly Sanchez. Sanchez particularly, bro. That tells us, oh, yo, we need to sign a new keeper.
but AK
You know what I'm
Sanchez
saying
has
to you?
always been your favorite, man. He has
No, no, no.
always
He
been so
was
good.
last season. No, no, last season I was backing him. You need to understand between favorites and backing. Last season I was backing him. He was one of our best. I think he was our best keeper. We didn't have a good keeper, obviously, so he was our best keeper. But
Not just the
yesterday, what he
best
done,
keeper.
man? Huh?
Not just
Our keeper,
not
Chelsea, Chelsea.
not just he was one of the best in the league at some point in
Okay,
the
yeah, he
season, you
was,
know.
he was, he was,
Yeah.
he was, he was, he was. But for me, what let him down is what let him down the defense. Obviously, the coaching problems. We can't go into details with that. But for me, what he did yesterday, I think is going to be concerned. For me, going forward, that's going to be concerning, bro. Like
Yeah.
that is horrendous,
Right,
bro.
guys. So let's move a little bit forward, just to jump
Yeah.
Go on.
on another conversation. What sort of negativity do you guys see yesterday from this game? Because obviously, um, as much as we want to think we played Fulham yesterday, we need to think about are we gonna be able to sustain these three at the back? Because I'm just looking at the bigger picture of what's gonna happen, during the season. Because to me, I don't really like the way James played 90 minutes yesterday, in that sort of position. I think we should have man managed him a little bit more. So let's talk about a few things that you guys see in that game that you're not comfortable about, that you think is gonna get us in a big problem going forward in the season, you know.
Well,
I'll
I'll
say,
go
I'll
in
say,
with that point.
go,
Sorry,
go, go, go,
sorry. I was
go,
going
go,
to say
go.
just for the point that I saw the game from when it was already 3-2. As I said, I watched from 60 minutes onwards because I was busy beforehand.
Mm.
And as the game was closing out, I was a little bit concerned by our game management and our commitment to the win. I think there were times where some players were doing stupid stuff. I think it was Cad earlier that said he saw Reece James being a bit of a leader. And one moment that we all saw is when Pedro Neto kind of dropped in and
Yeah.
and did not actually give 100% to retrieve a ball that kind of he didn't tuck himself in enough. Reece James kind of he called him out publicly for that. And I like that, but it goes to shows that there's still a little bit of a mentality issue maybe in some of the players when it comes to closing out the game. Yeah, I think if you look at the two goals we conceded are very, very silly. And I think when it comes to the performance as a whole, it sounds really stupid to say. If you take away those two very stupid goalkeeping mistakes, then you have what then is presented to you as a convincing win. Now, football isn't perfect, and quite often goals are born as a result of mistakes. You don't see it as a Chelsea fan. Probably Fulham fans are thinking, oh, we made a mistake here, we made a mistake here, we were crap here, we were crap there, blah, blah, blah. Point is, I would want to see a little bit more pragmatism in game management, closing it out. There were times we put ourselves under pressure with the decision making. We didn't need to do it. Some stuff like that is where we've suffered over the last 18 months as Chelsea fans. It's been a bit of a tough time, and I want to see that get ironed out. That's what I'll say.
Totally agree with Stuart with what you said. Yeah. What I think is a negativity, another thing for me is the way Xabi Alonso is a manager that I like, and I think he would have done much better yesterday in managing the game because I just felt like when we were 3-2 up and it just felt like I don't know if he thought that the game was done, and he kept on just throwing players into the team, destabilizing the team in itself because why has he brought in taking Ato for Chavayer? We haven't seen so much from him. And there was a ball that he got in the box. And the way The way he attempted to play the ball, it sort like he was confused. He doesn't know what to do while he was there. It's like he has not played in the system before. He got to the point where he should have done something. He doesn't know whether to pass the ball, to shoot. And I was confused. And
Ahmed,
that is, yeah,
Ahmed, can I interrupt you for 1 second?
go
About the
on, go
Hato
on.
situation. Hato got injured.
He got
He wanted a sub. Yeah, he wanted a sub, innit?
he got injured.
Hato, yeah, no, like basically he felt a cramp, so he said he wanted to come off. Anyways, he wanted to come off.
Okay,
So
and then
continue. Yeah.
I think Neto was already in the game at that point in time. Or wasn't he in the game at the time? So Neto
Nah,
can,
yeah, he was. No, he
yeah,
wasn't. Was it?
before Pep came in, I thought Neto was in the game now. He
No,
came in
no,
for
Pep came. No, Pep came first. Him and
Pep came
Enzo.
first.
Yeah, him and Enzo.
Okay, whichever the way it happened, Neto should have come first in that case. Then, if Neto was on the bench, he can play
I just
left
say he
wing back
came
row.
on. I thought he was really good when he came on.
Yeah.
I generally thought, like, I'm not a big fan of Neto personally, but I thought he came on. He was absolutely superb.
No, I'm not talking about Neto. I'm talking about
We're
Pep.
talking about
Oh,
Pep Cavani.
sorry.
Yeah. I don't know why he threw him into the game, because I felt like the kind of game that would have worked well for him was the Luton game that we're playing.
Luton game,
A
yeah,
game that is
absolutely.
certain
Still
that
think
we're
that
doing.
might happen for him.
Yeah.
I think the Luton game is going to be that game. You know, I want to see those players in the Luton. I'm looking forward. I'm going to the Luton game, as I'm sure a lot of you are. I'm
See
looking
you there,
forward to
mate.
seeing. Yeah, I'll see you there. I'm looking forward to what we see. I want to see like Esteban start. I want to see Quenda start. I want to see Pender start. I want to see starts like maybe again for Acheampong, who I thought was decent, and who's been all right. And we want to see more minutes for. System wise, I don't know what he'll go with. I know that he's has done a back three and a back four. But I would want to see Palestra, and to be honest, I think a lot will be riding on the whole Enzo situation as well. I would probably, if Enzo's going to stay, I'd expect him to maybe give him a little bit of a start in that game, but that's another one that remains to be seen. I'd expect him to feature or at least be on the bench. Luton is the one you got to do a professional job on them at the end of the day. We're at Stamford Bridge. It's not like we're away from home. You've seen Chelsea, get teams like League One, League Two teams in this round of the Carabao Cup before, and they go out even in seasons where we've not done so well. We've seen 5-0 wins and stuff like that. You know, Bromley and all that kind of stuff. And I want to see a similar job done on Luton. Luton aren't a terrible side in League One. They're going to come out and put out a big fight. I imagine they're going to start full strength and they're going to look to play. And I want to see Chelsea with their players, their young, exciting players. Considering that we don't have any European competitions this year, there is going to be a little bit more strength, I would imagine. And I think like the Luton game will tell us a lot about where those players like Charavia and maybe Palestra, depending on the injury status, is where they are in the squad right now, because it always is a bit of a cliche, but English football requires a little bit of an adaptation period. And I think to play them out against a side like Luton, who are going to be, they're going to be at it, aren't they? You know what it's like, League One coming away at Stamford Bridge. They're always going to come there and fancy their chances, going to try and do a Bradford on us. So it's an opportunity to be like, look, we're Chelsea. This is who we are this season. Professional job. Stick some balls in the net and keep a clean sheet. I just hope we get a clean sheet. That's one of the main things I'm looking for, is a clean sheet and a win.
Shoot. If you're Chelsea, yeah, let me ask you. If you expect a lineup tomorrow, like next, it's your Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah.
So who would you start about? If you're a Xabi Alonso, yeah. This is more for me. This is my talking point. Go on, yeah.
Yeah.
Where would who would you start about?
I'd stick Penders in. I'd want to see Acheampong play as well.
After 90 minutes.
Well, I don't know. I don't see him getting 90 minutes against Brighton, but maybe start him, get a rotation.
Fofana?
Yeah, I'd want to probably see Fofana. I don't necessarily want to see Toss in. I think we will see Toss in, but I don't really want to. I've heard rumours that he might play. What's his name? Sabuloi.
Shuboloye.
Yeah.
I've
heard rumours. I've heard rumours he might start him, which I wouldn't mind. And then wing backs is a big one. Wing backs, because I've heard as well he might be looking to play either maybe Quenda in a wing back position, kind of coming in inverting from the right wing back side. We don't know about Palestra yet in terms of his fitness. I would want to start Charavia. Midfield.
I'll definitely start him. Go on.
Midfield, I predict that it would be. I don't think he'll start Casado and Enzo. I think he would more likely start maybe Enzo and Esugo. But if Enzo it all depends on what happens with the saga over the next few days, because it's possible that Enzo won't be in the squad at all. If so, I think it would be Caicedo and Esugo. I can see him starting Esugo. He won't start Lavia.
Caicedo?
I think he might. It depends if he's injured or not. It depends. I think it will either be Enzo or Caicedo.
Henderson. You forgot about Henderson.
That's true. Henderson might play. He might not. I'm just kind of thinking if it were me. But like Welbeck, I would play Welbeck. I want to see. I wouldn't mind seeing Welbeck. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't play him. And then
I think I'd play him against Brighton, though, no? Or they'll at least play him the second half then, because obviously it's his former club, isn't it?
Yeah, and he's got a good record off the bench. But knowing fucking Welbeck, he'll score an own goal against us. He loves scoring against Chelsea.
So guys, let's quickly talk about, because obviously it looks like now we're jumping into the
No. I just asked. No. Cash. I just asked what centre back would you prefer, because we're short option of centre back.
What about you, AJ? Who are you starting?
We'll come to that, because Cash is saying that we can't talk about it right now. We're gonna come to. We're gonna come to.
I just feel like this is sort of like a review from. It's sort of like
the Fulham game.
We played on Fulham.
Yeah.
Preview tomorrow. We're still gonna come to my preview for Fulham Luton tomorrow, guys. Let's because obviously there's a lot of people that want to go to bed, and honestly, people want to get off for work tomorrow and stuff. So, but we just have 2 more faces to go. 2 more faces to go. But I really want us to make it quick. If this live stream can end in an hour, we are just like 52 minutes. We can have 10 more 15 minutes and just wrap it up. Then everyone can have something to do. But what I'm going to talk about now is like, let's rate from the goalkeeper to the defender to the midfield and to the striker. Then we'll come back to the manager. So let's rate these positions from what we played yesterday from 1 to 10.
Do you want to do it one at a time, or we just?
Oh no, just rate the goalkeeper. Then you go to the defenders, how they performed yesterday. What you're gonna rate them from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
The midfield, how you're gonna rate them from 1 to 10, and the attackers, how you're gonna rate them from the 10. Then we'll come back to Xavi Alonso and then we'll wrap it up.
All right, I'll start. For me, I'll say Sanchez. Obviously, a lot of people said they gave him a stick. I'll give him a stick as well. He was poor yesterday. I like some stuff he did, especially in the corners where he comes out and catches it. I like them kind of ones. But for me, I'll give him a 4 out of 10. 4 star.
So how did we defend yesterday in your own opinion from 1 to 10? I'm just asking that, like, from the defense role altogether.
Oh, so do you want me to go through everything?
Yeah, just.
Okay.
As a collective.
Okay.
Just kind of go through every player and say.
Yeah. Sanchez 4 out of 10. Yeah, like I said, I already said what he said. Then we're gonna go back 3. Lokola, for me, I'll give him 7 out of 10. Solid performance, as expected. He was winning every header. That's what we missed, the last couple of seasons. So I'll give him 7 out of 10. Joshua Shompong, for me, I think first half 45 minutes, bro, he was amazing. So I'll give him 7 out of 10 as well. He was covering everything. There was a block he blocked. It was amazing. And Colwell, for me, I'll give him 5 out of 10. 4 star. I think he improved second half. He was much better. You know what I'm saying to you? Okay. First 10 minutes of the second half, obviously, the guy, what was it? Castagna went ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? He shot, and the keeper, obviously, what happened? 5 out of 10. The midfield, Lavia, I'll give him 6 out of 10. It wasn't amazing. He was all right. You know what I'm saying to you? He looked a bit tired for me. Reece James, I'll give him 6 out of 10. He was doing Reece James, there was times helping out the left side, tried to help out the left side because he was a bit weak. Who else played? Cole Palmer for me. I can't lie to you. I'll give him 10 out of 10 because I haven't seen this Cole Palmer for a while. It's been a while since I saw this Cole Palmer. You know, he was amazing. Joao Pedro, I'll give him 8 out of 10. You know, a goal and assist. He was amazing. And that last 20 minutes, he just, you know, he got tired. He wasn't able to continue. Morgan Rogers, I'll give him 7 out of 10. Great debut. It wasn't a, you know, I won't say nothing about him. So he was amazing. So yeah, that's it. I'm done.
I'll go next if you want.
Yeah,
Go straight.
Also, I'll put the line up in chat if you need just to read on.
Oh yeah. Gusto. I forgot about Gusto. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. It wasn't. I won't say he was amazing or great. He was all right. He was doing his job. So I'll give him 6 out of 10. You know, that's it.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. I'll go Sanchez 4 out of 10. And I think that's pretty generous. I think the overall game, if you look at the goals we conceded, you're looking at Sanchez for both. Yeah, outside of that, there were some things that he did okay. He is quite proficient at crosses. I didn't see too much convincing goalkeeping from him, so it's got to be a 4. And again, that's a generous 4. Achimpong 7, steady. I like him. Good player. Love the fact that he played. Love the fact that he got 90. And I hope to see more from him, to be honest. Lacroix, I'm giving him an 8. Love his assist. Thought his presence in the back line was uplifting. Good leadership. Good position in the centre. You know, I enjoyed Lacroix's performance. Colwell, I'm stuck somewhere between a 5 and a 6. I think 5 is too harsh. I think 6 is too much. So maybe we'll go 5.5. Yellow card. You don't like to see it. Hato, 6. You know, average performance. Didn't really. I can't say that he did great. I also can't say that he was poor. I wouldn't say also that he's invisible. You know, he appeared, but likewise, I don't think that it was the best performance that he can bring. I also don't know if left wing back is his actual best position. I maybe see him a little bit more as sort of like a left-sided centre back. So he came off anyway. Lavia, not bad. I would probably give him a 7, along with Reece James as well. It may be a little bit on the generous side there, but I think those two probably get a 7. Gusto's 6. I'm not going to give him a 5. I thought he was all right. Palmer 9. I don't think it's a 10 because we know what a Cole Palmer 10 looks like, and I don't think that was it. I think he was fantastic. But I think Palmer was the standout player on the pitch. A lot of people have said that. That's not an opinion that is by any way controversial, but I think it's a 9 out of 10. I agree with the Rogers 7 out of 10. I think he got a goal. I think he affected the game well. It's his debut performance in the Premier League for Chelsea. 7 out of 10. Joao Pedro 8.5. Goal and an assist. The guy looks absolutely incredible every time he plays at the moment. Wearing the number 9 jersey, goal and assist. Don't you just love to see it for Chelsea? And that's my rating for the players. Oh, Xabi Alonso 7. I don't think that it was terrible. I don't think that it wasn't an amazing tactical proficient display. You know, we conceded 2 goals, scored 3. There's a lot to work on, but I think you have to judge it on relative terms. It's the first game of the Premier League season. We were away at Fulham, which can be troublesome in this day and age anyway. It used to not be. But the fact is, we come away with 3 points, and I'd give a 7 for the managerial performance.
Guys, mind if I go next?
Yeah.
So, in goal, Robert Sanchez. I am going to give you a 3.5 because might sound harsh, but as a fan rating,
I'd agree with it.
Like you at least 1 goal was on him. If not 2. Wasn't very good at all. Wasn't the Sanchez that we know I was going to say love, but I think that's a bit of much. But
it could be the same we know as well. That's the problem.
Josh Acheampong, now I'm going to give him a 5 because I generally didn't think he was good enough. Do you know what? Every defender apart from Lacroix ain't going to rate highly from me because I don't know. I just didn't think they were very good, to be honest. I thought it was nice that Josh got a 90. He wasn't horrendous, but I don't know. I just want a little bit better. Lacroix, I'm going to give him a... I feel like I was about to say an 8 is a bit too much, but I think an 8 is absolutely fair enough. Really good physically, won the ball constantly, and was by far the best player defensively in the 90. Levi Colwill, I'm going to give Acheampong a 5.5. I'm going to put Colwill a 5. Didn't think he was very good defensively at all. Frustrated me a bit. Again, wasn't horrendous, but quite frankly, I think I want a little bit better. Malo Gusto, what did I give Sanchez? Anyone remember?
3.5.
Give Sanchez, I'll give him a 2.5, and I'll give Gusto a 2.555551 because Gusto was he was a bit better than Sanchez, but very, very marginally. Again, if you can't defend, then why are you playing as a wing back? Your job is to attack and defend. It's very simple. It's basic. Like, again, like he's failed under Rosinha, Maresca, and now it looks like he's fading onto Xabi Alonso, so he's got to go. Reece James, I thought the midfield just got pocketed a lot by that Josh King, to be honest. I think I think overall is a good result. The high ratings will come towards the attack. I'm going to give Reece a 6. Is that fair enough, or is that a bit harsh? I don't know. I think I'm going to give...
I was between a 6 and a 7 somewhere.
Yeah. I said 6. Anyways, it's not harsh.
No.
I gave a 7, and I think a 7 is as I said at the time, very generous. Very generous.
Yeah, I'll give him like a 6.7. Get both numbers in there. Right, Romeo Latvia. I'll give him a 6. I'll just give him a 6.5. weren't great. He wasn't too bad. Obviously, a lot better than Enzo Fernandez, 20 times the player. 20 times the player of Andre Santos, we got rid of as well. Enzo and Andre Santos, they're like brothers, the way they play football. Joao Pedro, again, like I think it was you that Stuart that said it. He's playing left wing back, left mid. What is he doing? He's a defensive player. So I feel like giving him a 5 or a 4.5, but I'm going to give him a 6 just because it's not fair on him being played out of position. In fact, Xabi Alonso's put Hato in quite an uncomfortable position there. Even though, yes, everyone loves to go forward, of course, on the pitch. I think that Hato got put in an impossible situation, which is like training your whole life to play a right back, and then you see yourself playing in the midfield. Like, I don't know. I know that's quite common as it is, but you know how football's gone. Bielsa from Leeds transformed like all the inverted fullbacks and that, but there we go. Cole Palmer, he is going to get a 7.5. Is Cole Palmer back? Is the main topic for me. Is he back? Is Cole Palmer back?
So far, a little bit. Not the fully Cole Palmer.
Not fully,
too early to tell. We're asking if he's back after one game. I think.
You've got to have the question, right? Because
you're right. I agree. But I'm saying for this game, no.
We've got to agree that we saw someone playing a different football yesterday. Someone really coming with a lot of confidence. You know,
yeah, I agree with that.
The way he played that first half was different. In my own opinion, I can believe we're gonna see a different Palmer, at least for 5-6 games.
You said that last season.
I can't lie to you. Cash. Sorry for interrupting.
To be honest,
Cash. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, but we said that last season. We don't know yet. But I'm saying, Jacob, judge through this game. What happened yesterday? It's nothing to do with what is he gonna do or nothing. Judge it. Give the rating for that yesterday game. That's all.
Fair enough. Being put back in my place. I'll give him a 7.5. Well, I'll give him a 7.5. I do think he'll have much of a better season with Rodgers around him. Rodgers. No, I'm going to give Palmer an 8. I'm going to give Rodgers an 8.5. If I'm being honest, No, the reason why I'm giving him a bit of a boost because it's his debut,
Oh.
and even though yes, maybe I think he had a bigger of an impact than Palmer in a way, because I thought he gave us that physicality going forward, which we kind of needed, which we've never even really had with Palmer. So I think he gave us something in the attack that we kind of needed. So
Yes.
Joao Pedro, I'll give him an 8. Mate, you're also
First,
I'm gonna say, right, when is it time that we say Chelsea's I think at the end of the season, we're going to be having the conversation that our attack's best in Europe. Not yet. Everyone calm down. But I think at the end of the season, we're going to have to chat. Not because they're the best players, because I think.
Jacob, give us
Go on.
until December, then we can decide. After January,
I said give us for the rest of the season. I don't
okay,
know.
rest of the season. No, December we'll find out. I think as soon we play a bigger team. I think as soon we play at the likes of Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, then that's where we're gonna see if our attack is good enough or not.
No, but
Yesterday was yesterday was a little glimpse. I think yesterday Fulham allowed us to play. It's a new season. They got a new coach. They got young players. They had half of injuries. I think we were lucky to play Fulham yesterday with a half squad. They had a half squad. If you go look at their squad, they weren't ready. They look unready. I think we should not. We should. No. We should. Yeah, I know. You can disagree with it. It's fine. I'm saying to you, I think we were lucky to play Fulham yesterday, in my opinion.
We were lucky to play Fulham yesterday. Well, look, every team plays everyone, right? So
yeah, it's first game of the season, so you can't really
that's what I'm
tell.
saying.
Yeah, so
We're lucky to play Fulham yesterday.
What can I say?
Let's go to Kat then. Yeah.
The thing is with Joao Pedro, right? Like on our attack in general, I just want to say quickly. By the end of the season, we're going to have a better attack than PSG. Not because they're the best players, but because I think the chemistry they're going to build is special. We've already seen that in the first game. The fact that we can see such a bright chemistry between 3 good, fairly young players is magic, right? And we know how PSG, we saw it in the final. Arsenal exposed them to a certain amount. I think teams are going to figure them out, and I think are already figuring them out. At the end of the season, we're going to have the best attack in Europe. I'm telling every single person here. I'm telling Ahmed, Stuart, Kashi, AK. I'm telling you all. It's not necessarily about the players being world class. We don't have the best attack in the world with no world-class attackers.
All right. I disagree. I think for me, it has to be. Anyways, we're going to talk about after this. What do you think about Xabi Alonso? We're going to talk about it.
I think we are digressing now from what it's supposed to be. I think we are doing the rating of the players for the Fulham game. Yeah, so I would like us to finish on that, and then we can go on to any other bits that we need to discuss on. Yeah, so from a player ratings perspective, looking at Sanchez in goal yesterday, I was uncomfortable with Sanchez in goal. And then when I'm not comfortable with a player, it's not like you're new to the team. You've been in this team for a couple of seasons now. So the expectation and especially with what we've done in this window, the confidence in the fans and the changes that we are seeing from the board in terms of what they are signing and what the objectives are, I would like to think this season is that we are going to challenge for the title, or at least be in the top 3 this season. And Sanchez in goal yesterday, I wasn't comfortable with him. And the only thing that he did was what Akia said, him coming out to collect the ball from the set pieces. That's the only thing that he did that I was comfortable with. Every other thing I wasn't. So I'll give him a 3/10. And next one, Gusto. I wasn't impressed with Gusto. His defensive contribution was abysmal in the team yesterday. He wasn't doing what I think he's supposed to do, which should be overlapping. I don't want to see is the pattern, the style of play that we played that yesterday. It wasn't for him to be inverting. It was for him to overlap because Palmer was coming in from the right and going into the central areas. So Gusto was supposed to be holding the width while Palmer is doing that. So sometimes he can cut the ball towards the byline so he can get a crossing for us. That is what he should be doing from an attacking perspective. And from a defensive perspective, we did not see Gusto win a lot of the balls. We saw Palmer actually tracking back to do most of those stuff for us. So Gusto for me is a 4/10. And Achiampong, he hasn't played a lot in this 3 at the back system, especially with the other two centre backs that we had in the team in Colwill and Lacroix. So him putting up the performance that I saw yesterday was actually promising for a player that most people don't have so much confidence in. And it's, I think it can get better, it can improve. And I believe Xabi Alonso is the manager to be able to get the best out of him. So I would say his performance yesterday was a 7/10 for me. And centre back Lacroix was good. He hasn't played so much too as well, I would think. And from what I saw yesterday, is a player that is going to definitely improve our backline for a certainty. I believe that. So from yesterday games, I'll say is a 7/10 for me as well. And Colwill, on the other hand, he's got injured he got injured during the preseason and he hasn't played a lot of games. Even last season as well, he was injured for most parts. So he's somebody that is still building up. He's still building his physicality. He's still trying to adapt himself to what the manager is trying to put up on the pitch. Yeah, so I would say I would give him some time. I wasn't really impressed, but I can really not judge him on what I saw from him in the Fulham game. So I would say it's a 6/10 for me. And with James and Lavia, they haven't played so many games together. So I'm always looking at all those aspects of the game when two players play in a particular position and haven't been paired together to sort of build up together and get things done. The chemistry isn't really there, but we saw them at least do the basics, which is holding on to the ball and putting the ball forward most of the time. And that was what Lavia was doing and James was doing. And the only lapses I saw was them being able to break up play because and intercept the ball, something Caicedo does a lot of the time. And you know Caicedo is one of the best in the game in that. So I can't use Caicedo to judge them because these are different players, I would say. Lavia hasn't played so much game because James is always injured, he's never fit. So anything that we see him do that is above average is always good for us. So with James is also a 6/10 for me yesterday, same as Lavia, 6/10. Hato, on the other hand, is playing in a position that is not so familiar with, I would say. A left wing back role for Hato means we want to see him do a lot of attacking runs, and that is not that isn't his strength. He's more of a centre back and can also play a left back role if they need be, just like what Arsenal are doing. You can see centre backs being able to deploy themselves in the left back role and don't look out of place. That is what I believe Arthur can do, and not someone that is going to be bumping forward. So he didn't do that yesterday. He did that for I think twice. The second time, I think he had a cutback pass, which I think we did not get the best out of the play and get a goal and put the ball in the net. So Arthur on the other side, on the other hand, he didn't do a lot defensively, I would say. We didn't see blocked shots and all of those things. There are some play from Fulham that came through his side, then penetrating us on a couple of occasions, and I believe he should have been able to do a lot more. But since it's a role that he's not familiar with, and I think I would like to give him time, I'll also say maybe a 6/10. So, and for the attacking trio that we had up top, those are the most positive thing that we got from the game yesterday, and it's something that I really do appreciate. I loved everything that I've seen. So, but for Palmer, I believe Palmer gave us two things that we usually do not see in him many times. It's something that we see from him occasionally. And the two things I like is him carrying the ball. He was a ball carrier for us yesterday, something that we see Rogers do a lot of the time. Palmer was going to the to our defensive third, taking the ball and moving it up top, spreading passes, passing the ball around and running at players, twisting and turning around and making things happen. So these are things that Palmer doesn't do. He only does that occasionally. And for him to be doing it against a Fulham side that are really a decent side is something that was special yesterday. And I really like to see that. And his defensive contributions too was really great. Palmer, you see him recovering the ball, using his physical. He was so physical yesterday. I don't know if it's something that he's just trying to introduce into his game. And that took what we knew that Palmer is. Palmer in being able to take the ball to the final third and find the goal. There are sometimes that he was hesitating a lot of the time. When he needs to shoot, he will hesitate, take the ball, dress the ball, and not shoot. Just take the shot off and you will score. That's what Rodgers does a lot of the time for Villa. He doesn't waste time. Once he has an opportunity to shoot, he shoot the ball. And that's something that we lacked from Palmer yesterday. And the passing too was okay. I could see a lot of combinations, and it's something that they are building that I would also want to give them time to build on. So I think I expect more from Palmer. The level I place Palmer is high up. So from what I saw in the game yesterday, I believe we could get better from Cole Palmer. So I wouldn't give him a 9/10 or an 8/10. I also give him a 7/10. So Joao Pedro is the player that we all know what we expect from him. And from what he's been doing for us has been great. And the fact that he has come into a Chelsea team and he's the one that gives us that confidence that we know that we're going into a game, we're definitely going to get goals. That hasn't come from Cole Palmer and Morgan Rogers. That is coming from Joao Pedro. It's Joao Pedro that is making me think that we're definitely going to score goals. Now that Cole Palmer is scoring, maybe yes, because we did not see a lot of that from Palmer in the last 18 months, I would say. So Joao Pedro is that guy, and he does every single thing. Is it the link up? Is it the dribbling abilities? Is it the headers? He gives us everything. He connects the dots. So, and Joao Pedro gave us a lot yesterday. He was the linker. He was like the binder in the team yesterday. So I'll give Joao Pedro an 8/10, but I still believe he can be better.
Boys, can I
He
just
can be,
say,
yeah.
I've just realised the comments. We need to catch up on them. Alex says there's only one team in Fulham. And it is true, like we said on my show, there is literally one team in Fulham because Fulham don't even play in Fulham. They're just a bus stop in Putney. So, or is that, should we even give them a bus stop? You're just a street light in Putney,
You
mate.
need to always watch your back when you're going down Fulham, mate. Because those guys are keeping an eye on you. You know.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I'm so sorry. Can you repeat?
So I'm saying whenever you're passing by in Fulham, you need to watch your back. Because
Mate,
Fulham fans like
Chelsea
the
playing
commentary.
Fulham.
Fulham away is
Fulham, I'll be
it's a
fine.
dangerous one for Jacob next
Mate,
season.
to be fair, right,
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
walk past
No.
that one street light, I've got to watch my back. But, mate, I'll just skip over it. I'll just, like, climb it over and just jump over it. I'll be fine.
Right.
Boys, I just need to say I need to go now.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Swat.
I'll take it, bro.
Alright, so
I'll take it, bro.
Rice and, like,
Declan Rice.
that Spencer from hashtag. Like,
No, he looks like he looks like Ben White / Declan Rice.
I can see that.
You know, I've had a lot of time when people just rush into the comments and say Declan Rice, Declan, you know.
Oh yeah.
He is Declan Rice, man.
Always
He does
top
look
comment.
Declan
Why
Rice.
did you pick Arsenal over us? Right, so I'm
Chelsea
not very
Declan
happy
Rice.
with you. Not very happy with you, young man. Why have you picked Arsenal over us? You sold your soul, mate.
Turn back time
Hold
for
your soul.
Chelsea as always.
Anyways, take care.
Big pleasure,
Take care, bro.
Swat.
Very good to
Thank you
chat.
very much. I appreciate
and
it,
I'll
bro.
speak to you all soon. Hopefully, I'll see some of you at the Luton game. If not,
I'll just say,
Alright.
you'll see me selling Chelsea magazines, yeah, at like the centre of the park.
Yeah. No, I've seen you before. I knew I recognised you.
Yeah.
It's the what's it called? It's the Chelsea fanzines, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only £1. It's classic.
Anyways,
All right,
I'll
mate.
take it, bro.
Good to chat to you.
Thank you,
all.
brother. Cheers. I
Bye-bye.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Cheers to
Ahmed, continue. You're not gonna.
Yeah, Cats. Yeah.
And Morgan is the last player that I was going to talk about. So yeah, Morgan was great yesterday. He was fantastic. Obviously, he still needs to improve, but since it's his debut, I will give him that, and I'll also place him at same level as Joao Pedro from what we got from Joao Pedro yesterday. So those Rogers and Pedro for me were the two best players for us based on what we expect and what they gave. Because I believe Cole Palmer can give us a lot more. He's the better player for sure. He's the man of the match, but I don't want to rate him that high because I think he can give us more. Yeah. And I believe he will do a lot of that this season.
I heard that.
Right.
I heard that, bro. Anyways, guys, my phone's running out. I think my phone is at 2%.
Yeah.
I'll see
No
you lot
worries, brother.
soon.
Look
Hopefully.
after yourself. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Be careful. Don't go.
No.
Yeah.
Don't Don't go
Yeah,
through
so
what?
guys,
Don't go through what?
don't worry, don't let me say that. I'm not gonna say that on the live. Right. So
Alright, don't worry, don't worry.
honestly,
Listen.
I want to agree with everyone on that rating. Obviously, everyone has their own opinion. But just a quick one on my own. I think in the goal line department, we're really, really poor. We need to watch out. We need to do a little bit more. The defenders needs to maybe shout on Sanchez or do because obviously if you're having that sort of good game and you're considering that sort of terrible goal, it's just not acceptable. So from my own opinion, department side, we're
Uh,
really poor. Two over 10. The
sorry,
defense
Cash.
line,
See you later,
whoa.
boys. Yeah.
I'm
See,
so
see you
sorry,
later,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
being told I've
Craven,
got to
thank
go.
you.
Right.
Yeah,
So sorry.
yeah, man.
Have a good
Right.
one.
Yeah, man.
Boys,
Okay,
All
man.
right, Jacob, no worries. Yeah.
thanks for having me on,
So
bro.
I think generally from the defense line, I think I'm gonna say I'm gonna say 6/10. It will have been more than that if Colwill and Arthur have done a little bit more. I will have rated them all, maybe 7 or 8, especially what Lacroix did. But
Yeah.
I think Colwill and Arthur really let them down yesterday. So I'm giving them,
Yeah.
I'll say 6. And from the midfield, I think there's a big lapses from that midfield. It can never work. Lavia James, we can't go into big games like that. So I don't see how both of them correlate with each other. It's not really bad when you're playing Fulham or you're playing, you know, a mid team. But when you're going
Yeah.
really into the big games, I think you need to be careful. Casado is very, very much needed in that department. So I'll give them 6 as well. Because I could see some big lapses from that midfield, to be honest. And from the forward line, I think that's where we were really, really prolific yesterday. We did really well,
Yeah.
scoring 3 goals, especially the goals coming from all the boys and the top front. I think we really did well. I'm not gonna give them 10. It's too early to overhype. That's one thing I don't really like. When we start the season and we're hyping players too much, there's still a long way to go. We still have about 42, 43 games to play or 44 games to play. So it's too early. But they were decent enough yesterday. We see the connection, we see a lot of positive things which we can take home. So in my opinion, I'll give them 8 from that department. From Zabi Alonso, I think I'd give him like 8. I don't really believe in his substitution, but the only thing I was just happy about is there's a difference. There's no panic in substitution the way we used to see in the era of Rosinho, and he was just like go for it. We're winning 3-2. We're not bringing in defensive to come and
Defenders.
defend, and we were fighting for it until the last minute, which is good.
Yeah. But there
Which
was
is
none
a
on the
very
bench
good
anyway.
spirit. Yeah, but there's not even none on the bench. There's not even defender that
That's
is
not
one on
defender. Yeah. Yeah.
one. So I would say I'm giving him 8. I'm still watching to see more decision making coming from him. From the Brighton game, that's gonna be one of the toughest games
Yeah.
that we will be facing. So, but overall, uh, it was a win for us. So, guys, thank you very much for joining the live stream. Thank you, Strat, AK, Jacob. Big ups to Cards for also joining us. Really, really appreciate that. It was a top review, in my own opinion. I don't think we can say more than this. We've said it all the way we see it. Everybody has shared their opinion. So, guys, if you have stick around with us throughout this live stream, thank you very much for being around. If you are, if you're gonna come across this live stream, please like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on to the next one. Up the chills.
Peace, guys.